Hello everyone, and welcome to what I believe to be fall walk number 20. It is a nice and cold day here in South Florida. I was born and raised in Miami, and so anything that's really below 75 degrees for me is going to be considered cold, and I am actually wearing a sweater. So for all you people that live in the Northeast, the Midwest, anywhere where it gets really cold, I'm really sorry, because I'm sure for you it's actually freezing. But for us Floridians here, below 75 means cold, and according to my watch, it is 72 degrees. So yes, it is very cold today for me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start our workout here. We're gonna be doing an outdoor walk. Let me get that started. So 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. I'm probably gonna aim today for another 35 or 40 minutes. I feel like now this is a nice cadence for me to proceed. It's been a nice couple of days keeping it up at this length, so I might as well keep doing it. Because whatever works, the thing that keeps you being consistent is the thing that you're going to keep doing, right? Because that's what consistency is. By the way, I am using the wind muffs for my mic, but it is especially windy today, so I'm sorry if it picks up a little more wind than normal. If it's a little bit windy, I do apologize for that. We will continue to proceed with our walk despite the wind, and if anything, the wind will provide me with a little bit of resistance. One thing that I changed today as part of my walk, so yesterday I mentioned in the Couch to 5K session, I believe, I used my On shoes that I had bought a long time ago. Now I think those On shoes, I think they're model X or something, so they're very slim. They're definitely very much, how do I say it, on the cool factor. They are just king on the cool factor. But I think in terms of functionality, at least for my type of foot and my gait, it doesn't really work out that well. So I bought the shoe originally, and I also bought one of the shoe inserts to make it even more comfortable to try and combat, the thinness of it. There was another option to get a bigger shoe. I think it was called Cloud Foam, but me being, I don't know the word for it, but frankly, I wanted to look cool. And the Cloud Foam shoes were very bulky. They were super comfortable, but they just didn't look cool. And now I'm paying the price because I bought the shoes, the On shoes, and I don't even wear them because they're not very comfortable, at least for running. Maybe for walking, they're okay. However, what I did is I'm using the same Adidas shoes that I always use, the ones that I've been able to do most of my walking in and a lot of walking in, and I put the foam inserts in those. So it's like I'm using the shoe I'm very comfortable with the added benefit of the insert, and I think it's better. I'm excited to see how I'll perform on my run today, which is going to be hard. This Couch to 5K run I'm doing is not easy. I mean, they're really upping the difficulty level rapidly. I mean, for me being at my 3rd week, so imagine you're at the couch and someone tells you, okay, you need to run for a minute and then rest for 3 minutes. Maybe you think about that and you're like, oh, it's not too bad, right? But by the beginning of the 3rd week, only doing 3 workouts a week, for example, today, I have to do 7 minutes of running and 2 minutes of walking. And I'm gonna be doing that 3 times. So in my previous run, the one I did on Sunday, it was 5 minutes with 3 minutes of walking, 5 minutes running, 3 minutes walking. And that was mostly okay. If anything, the thing that I really have to focus on during those runs is my breathing technique, right? So taking deep breaths into my nose, exhaling out through my mouth, not getting into a pant state where I'm like, right, just through my mouth, because that's just not gonna be good. You really have to control your breathing as you're running, and I think that's actually one of the things that helps you develop better technique and probably just get a lot of, I don't know, I feel like that technique and really sticking to it is what is the beneficial part of running. But then again, I'm not an experienced runner, so anyone else that has listened to me, please correct me if I'm wrong. So anyway, with all that being said, 1, it's intense, and 2, I am excited to see how the shoes will perform in today's run. Okay, so today I want to talk about how I am starting a Discord server for, I suppose, the YouTube channel? Or maybe not the YouTube channel in particular, but a Discord server just to engage with the walking community. So I joined a subreddit a while ago called r/walking, I believe. It has about 16,000 members, and I've been somewhat active on there. I've been trying to help other people with their own walking questions, and I've also posted a lot of walking questions to which I've received great answers to. And recently I asked, would anyone be down to be accountable with me? To actually track metrics together, encourage each other, challenge each other. And I got a couple of people that were interested. And so, I could have made like a Google Doc, or I could have used an application. There's an application I found called Challenges, which allows you to either join a public challenge or create your own challenge. Could have done that, but I guess just being somewhat of a gamer and involved in the tech community, I figured Discord might be a good thing to try out. I actually manage, I guess, a little bit of trivia. There's actually a Discord server I manage, maybe not actively. Actually, today's the first time I logged into that server in months. It was a server that's dedicated to practicing a style of programming to better yourself for programming interviews, for software engineering interviews. I got up to around 1,600 members. And yeah, I checked in today how people were doing, and the same people are still there. They are still working on questions and bettering themselves. So that was very cool to see. So now I'm starting this new server called Walking and Fitness with the hopes that I can just engage more with the community, learn about what others are doing, what sort of plans they're following, maybe what podcasts or resources they're using to motivate themselves, encourage themselves. And I think overall it's just a good way to get people involved in fitness and the art of walking. So I'll be posting a link in the description to that Discord server if you're interested in joining. I would love for you to join and tell me about your history with walking. Tell us about the places you've been, tell us about some of the challenges you've accomplished, so on and so forth. I'll try to be as active as I can on there. It's one of those things that I don't necessarily want to commit to, I definitely have a habit of committing to too many things too quickly at the start of a new endeavor. I don't want this to be one of those things because I genuinely care about this. If anything, I just want it to be a place where people can join. It's not really so much about me as it is for the community. For others to be able to join and meet others that are like-minded and maybe learn a thing or two about walking or fitness that they hadn't learned before. So man, it is chilly here in Florida. I'm gonna lower my sleeves a little bit. I have them rolled up. Hopefully by walking I can warm myself up a bit. Again, it's really windy, so I'm gonna try to keep my volume at a consistent level so y'all can hear me well. But it is windy. Gonna keep walking here. I'm trying to keep a little more of a brisk pace than I normally would. It seems like on average I've been almost always over 18 minutes. I'm trying to at least get below 18 this time. Keep it under 18 for as long as I can. Eventually hitting 16 and 15. My mother used to be a very brisk walker. I don't know what her pace was, but she's always been a fast walker her whole life. So let's just go around. What's up, man? For YouTube.
What do you do?
I just walk. I just record myself walking and talking. It's like a podcast type of thing I'm trying to do.
That's cool.
Nice, man. Yeah, you don't mind being in the video? Yeah, cool, man. All right, so continuing on here. So as you can see here, I have my phone here. I'm actually checking out the walking Discord. It's brand new, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to be using it yet. And the reason I picked Discord, like I said earlier, being in the sort of gaming and tech community, it's very easy for me to use something like Discord and just get involved. So some of you may already know that I'm a software engineer, and at work, an application that we use, an internal messaging application we use called Slack. Slack is pretty prevalent in the tech community. It really is the same thing as Discord. It's just a different, how do I say it? I guess Slack is more professional, whereas Discord is more focused on, I don't know, fun and entertainment, gaming, but they really serve the same purpose. I probably could have made a Slack instance as well, but I'm opting for Discord. So that was a pretty cool interaction with someone new that I hadn't seen before. Obviously, I always want to ask if they're okay with being in the video, you know? It's another one of those cases where people are going to look at you a little bit strange. They're probably wondering, why is this person walking around with a chest-mounted GoPro? But you just kind of keep your cool, you know, maybe look at your watch for a second, pretend that you're a little bit busy. You know how it is. It is what it is. Every single day, we're bettering ourselves, we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone and trying to improve ourselves so that the next day we can be better than our versions from today. Let me do a quick, I want to see the pace. Okay, so see, right now we are at a 17-minute and 52-second average pace, which I do like. I'm going to try to keep that pace going throughout the entirety of this walk. I encourage you all to do the same. Let me actually go on here. I'm going to say I'm doing my walk right now, aiming for 35 to 40 minutes with an average pace of 17 minutes over a mile. It's pretty cool. You know, a lot of people, so I was listening to, okay, let me backtrack here a little bit. I was listening to a video the other day from Rainn Wilson, who played Dwight Schrute on The Office. I was listening to it because my girlfriend had it on, and he was talking about how he feels that the younger generation is not really focused anymore on the materials. I guess my generation was. Like, I won't lie, I mean, I definitely want enough money to be able to support myself and my family and build a great foundation for us moving forward. But I think more people nowadays are interested in making a difference. And his son went up to him apparently, and he was talking about how he feels terrible with income inequality in the world. You know, he wasn't so concerned about how much money can he make, what business he can start, what status he can obtain, but more so about making a difference. He wanted to see if he can make a difference in that regard. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here, you know? I do love my job, I'm not gonna lie. I realize that I'm probably one of the very few people that actually enjoy waking up and going to work. If you look at a lot of self-help videos on YouTube, a lot of it is geared towards people that actually don't like to go to work. But if you do like what you do, then you probably should keep doing that, right? And so because I like what I do, I am able to pursue other things like this walk. And with these walks and these videos and me talking and being able to express myself creatively, I feel like this is how I'm able to make a difference. So find the thing that you feel can bring you the most satisfaction. What can help you make the biggest difference in the world? If you can change one person's life, mostly it will play a domino effect and probably will affect others too. So keep at it. So how do I see my Discord server evolving? So let's open up the app here, because I think last time I was editing this video, it looked like even if I hold my phone here, you can mostly see it. So hopefully I'm not just pointing at something random. So, okay, I'll hold it right here. I was looking at the viewfinder on the camera. Okay, we should be good right here. So here you can see we have different channels in walking and fitness. We have general, we also have plan. So general is just the default one that you get whenever you start a server. And typically when I start a new server, I'm not really trying to optimize yet. I just want people to join and start talking. I think that's, any good server is good because of its users, not because of the organization. Although if it gets too hectic, then people might be discouraged from, engaging or even joining to begin with. So I started off with general, and I also started this other one called plan. And the point of plan is so that you can discuss your walking plan. And maybe others have their own thoughts on it. Maybe others look at it and they're like, oh, hey, I hadn't thought about that. Let me do that myself. So for example, here I talk about how I do 30 minutes a day, Monday to Saturday. I typically get around 20 minutes during my lunch breaks every weekday, Monday to Friday. And then to make it fun, I make these videos like I'm making right now. So I'll probably just stick to general and plan channels for now. I'm thinking also of another channel I just don't know the name of it yet, but a channel that describes or where people can talk about things that they do while walking, whether it be listening to podcasts or some music or watching a video. I mean, back in the day, when I say back in the day, I mean literally like 2 months ago, I would just hold my phone up like this and I would just watch a video as I'm walking, and I would watch an entire half an hour video. For the same reason you might be watching this video, it's the same reason I watched another video, right? So I watched a half an hour video because I told myself, well, I want to walk for half an hour, so let me just watch a half an hour video. There's a very famous fitness influencer currently, his name is Sam Sulik, and he always talks about when he does his cardio, he just plays Clash of Clans or something like that, right? So find something that just takes the same amount of time it takes you to do the activity, and then just do that thing, and it'll just make it a lot more fun and a lot easier to integrate into your life. Nice, we just closed an exercise ring. Been walking now for 17 minutes. So let's say this is about halfway of our walk. Another 17 minutes, we'll get to 34. And let's just continue maintaining this pace. So as I was saying, the same reason I'm creating these videos so that other people, you watch the timestamp, you see the timestamp on the YouTube video, and you tell yourself, well, I want to do a 30-minute walk today, so let me just watch one of these videos, do the walk, and we'll be good to go. It's a very easy way to just turn your brain off and let the YouTube video play out and just have fun with it. It's mostly all there is to it. can't believe it's already the last week of November. We're literally about to approach the last month of the year, and a lot has happened. I'm very, very excited to start the new year strong, with a very clear goal in my head to continue pushing myself and bettering myself mentally, physically, financially, just with everything in life. That's the goal. In this last month of the year, there'll be a lot of good times, hanging out with family. There'll be a lot of good food to be eaten, a lot of laughs. Overall, just a good time. It's my favorite time of the year. I think I said it in one of the earlier podcasts, one of the earlier walks. It's a time of year where everything's just a little bit more relaxed. Right? Everyone's just a little bit less on edge. Everyone just seems happier. There's just less stress in the world. And then January comes along and it's like, man, it's a good reset in the sense that you're starting over. It's really a chance to better yourself. Although, don't wait till January 1st to start whatever goal it is you want. Start today. And then January 1st comes along and, now you got the whole year to better yourself. And it feels good. It's a nice reset. But then those first few months feel long, because most people are just immediately thinking of the holidays already. I saw something in Kmart. I don't know if you guys remember Kmart, but long time ago, there was something I saw in Kmart that like the day after Christmas, there was like a sign that said, oh, only 365 days left till Christmas. People are already thinking about the holidays as soon as they end. It's the same way that people think about Christmas as soon as Halloween ends. Just completely skip Thanksgiving and go right into Christmas. But they do that for a reason, right? The Couch to 5K session that I'm about to embark on once this walk is finished is going to be hard, especially when it's cold. It's even harder to breathe, which I guess, is that good resistance for your body? The difficulty of breathing? Is there actual benefit to that? I would imagine there should be. Because think about it, when it's hot, it's really hard to run, mostly because of the heat, not so much the breathing. When it's cold, it's hard to run because the breathing, it just feels stiff. So I feel like on both sides of the spectrum, there is something to gain from just the sheer difficulty of doing that activity, right? A sort of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger type of outlook. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Hey, good and you? Yeah. Yeah, so, okay. You make this left, the next left.
Yeah.
Just go all the way straight
Right.
and make a right. That's gonna take you to 62nd Street. That's like one of the main roads right there.
Thank
You wanna go to like US 1?
Yeah, I want to just get out of this like whole house. Right?
Yeah, it's just a neighborhood, yeah. Yeah, just make your first left right here and just go straight and that'll take you out.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Have a good one, right? Happy holidays, man. Yeah, sometimes it's unfortunate. You get lost in a neighborhood. I remember the first time, well, not the first time I ever moved into this neighborhood, but the first time I came to Fort Lauderdale, and it must have been the first month I was out with some friends after meeting them at work, and I decided to go out and not use my GPS, and I remember just being completely and utterly lost. Because I'm the type of person that I enjoy getting lost. I enjoy the feeling of being lost because I just see it as an adventure. I kind of thrive off that. But now it's like, and I've been here for so long that I feel like I can generally, you know, get around without using a GPS. At this point, I mainly only use GPS not to get where I'm going, but just to take the fastest route. Like I use Waze, for example. So, I definitely understand where he's coming from. And you know, some neighborhoods are just very mazy. They feel like a maze. So, it is what it is. Okay, quick progress check. We are just over 18 minutes and 1 second. Got to get that pace back down. Let's increase it. I think I was getting a little too comfortable there. Let's get down to 17. What's up, guys? It's funny, these dogs to my right used to bark at me all the time. Like literally after even more than walking a year next to them, they still barked. And now they just got used to me. It's funny how long it takes for some dogs to adapt. I mean, I get it though, you know? Maybe they don't even bark because they don't know me. Maybe they just bark because they have nothing else better to do. You know, they're stuck at home all day just facing the window, and they see someone or something and they're like, well, we might as well bark. Like, what else is there to do? Oh, is this a little... Oh. All right, so I got a story to tell. I have an older brother, and we get along very well. Throughout the past, probably 6 years, pretty much from the time that I moved to Fort Lauderdale, as I'm just living my normal life, I stumble upon, I guess, tchotchkes, little random things, little like figurines. And when I say random, I mean really random. Like I found a little Dragonite from Pokemon. I found a little lamb. I found some Darth Vader thing. I found a bunch of other random things, and I always give it to him because it's just like a random thing I find, and it's kind of the joke. A random tchotchke you find in the middle of nowhere, like what are the odds, right? So this is not really so much a thing. Well, it is a thing, but it's like a little car, a trocheando, a trocheando. Not sure what it means, but it looks cool. So Carlos, if you're watching, I will be sharing this little tchotchke with you at some point after I clean it up, make it nice. But that's our little thing. He has a little bookshelf where he collects all of them, proudly displays them, although the bookshelf is at my parents' home. We both now own our own homes. We no longer live in my parents' home, but when we go and visit, we just look a little bit at the bookshelf and take a trip down memory lane. So hopefully this will be a new addition to the tchotchke shelf. And you know, a lot of good times will ensue from that, and we'll be able to look at this in 5 more years from now and just laugh at it and think about that one time I found a random car on the floor. Miami-Dade is calling me. Hello? Hello? Okay. That was weird. I probably will finish this little loop that I'm doing here, and then that will conclude the walk. I think we'll definitely make it over our 30-minute mark, plus a little bit more, which really is always what I'm aiming for with this type of thing. And we'll end it off nicely. I feel good, I feel warmed up. So really, I'm gonna do the same thing I always do. I go home, I switch out my memory card, get a new battery, and go on a run. That's what I do. That's my current workflow. And hopefully those 7 minutes, you know, they go by quickly, because it's either gonna go really well or it's, you know, it's gonna be tough. It is gonna be hard, because running is just a hard thing to do. It's a high impact activity, you know? I also do have another video idea that I wanna talk about. It's going to be one that I'll put in the discussions playlist. It's my thoughts on the whole, the grass is greener on the other side. And my take on it is, the grass is not always greener. And so I'll be giving you all my own thoughts on that, hoping to start a discussion and we can talk about it. I have like 5 bullet points I'd like to cover. Not looking to make a super long video, just something to inspire the listener and pique their interest. All right, so we just hit 35 minutes. I think I'm gonna call it here. Let me go ahead and end the workout and we can go over our stats as we always do. All right, so we walked for a total of 35 minutes and 23 seconds, 1.96 miles with an average pace of 18 minutes and 2 seconds, minutes over mile. Our active calories were 172 and our total calories were 226. We had an average heart rate of 98 beats per minute with a range of 86 through 108. And that about wraps it up. So if you join me today for this 35-minute walk, I really do appreciate having you here. Hopefully you'll be able to join the Discord server and engage some of the other folks in the walking community. And we'll just have a grand old time. So I will see you all in the next video, the Couch to 5K, if you're also going to be following up on that. And if not, I will see you all tomorrow for another 30 or 35 or maybe even 40-minute walk. And with all that being said, take care everyone and happy holidays.